In the dead of night, I found myself standing outside the abandoned children's hospital, its towering facade looming ominously in the moonlight. The air was thick with a sense of unease as I gripped my flashlight tightly, my heart pounding in my chest. I had always been fascinated by the paranormal, and the stories of this place had intrigued me for years. Whispers of ghostly children roaming the halls, their laughter echoing through the empty corridors, had drawn me here tonight. As I stepped through the broken gates and into the courtyard, the hair on the back of my neck stood on end. The building seemed to loom even larger now that I was up close, its windows like empty eyes staring out into the darkness. I took a deep breath and pushed open the heavy wooden doors, the creaking sound reverberating through the silent night. Inside, the air was stale and musty, the only sound the echo of my footsteps on the tiled floor. As I made my way through the corridors, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Shadows seemed to dance at the edges of my vision, fleeting glimpses of movement that sent shivers down my spine. I had heard that the children who had once stayed here had been mistreated, their cries for help going unheard. It was said that their restless spirits now haunted these halls, seeking justice for the wrongs done to them in life. I couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt as I explored further, knowing that I was intruding on their sacred resting place. Suddenly, a door at the end of the hallway slammed shut, making me jump in fright. My heart raced as I approached it slowly, my hand trembling as I reached for the handle. With a deep breath, I pushed the door open, revealing a room bathed in darkness. As my flashlight pierced the shadows, I saw them. Ghostly figures of children, their faces twisted in agony, their eyes empty and hollow. They stood in a circle, their hands clasped together as they swayed back and forth, a haunting melody filling the air. I felt a cold chill run down my spine as I watched in horror, unable to move as the children turned their gaze towards me. Their mouths opened in silent screams, their ethereal forms flickering in and out of existence. I wanted to run, to flee from this nightmare come to life, but something held me in place. A voice whispered in my ear, urging me to stay, to bear witness to the tragedy that had unfolded in this place. And so I stood frozen in fear as the children's voices filled the room, their cries of anguish echoing through the walls. I could feel their pain, their sorrow, their longing for justice. And in that moment, I knew that I had stumbled upon something beyond my understanding, something that was meant to be kept hidden from the world. As the night wore on, the children's presence grew stronger, their spectral forms drawing closer to me with each passing moment. I could feel their sorrow seeping into my very soul, their pain becoming my own. And then, as suddenly as it had begun, it was over. The children faded away, their cries silenced, leaving me alone in the darkness once more. I stumbled out of the hospital, my mind reeling from the experience, knowing that I would never forget the horrors I had witnessed.